The migrant crisis is prompting some EU governments to reimpose border controls. Now, that might be solving one problem, but it's causing another. It's restricting the free flow of people, goods, and services within the Schengen area. Now, joining us to discuss this is Andreas Schwab. You are the EPP Group's coordinator on internal markets and consumer protection. Mr. Schwab, what is the cost of shutting down Schengen's borders?
We made some studies with the European Parliament, and the billions that will be lost by reintroducing border controls will be enormous. The studies come to a more general agreement, some studies that have been put together, that there will be a loss of 230 billion of euro for all European countries if we reintroduce the Schengen borders, and I think that's an alarm signal that we have to take very care.
And what about the people factor, the fact that a lot of people go to work across borders, people travel across borders? What kind of impact could we see there if the borders are shut down?
I mean, the reality in Europe is that we have more and more cross-border people for work, for people that move cross-border for vacation, for whatever reasons. It's not only an economic factor, that's also an important factor, but it's not also economic. It's also about people moving abroad, going to vacation and spending money there, and therefore the reality in Europe is much more cross-border than a lot of national governments may think at the moment.
So what's the solution? How do you solve the migrant crisis and at the same time try to keep the internal borders open?
I think the solution is that we have to sit together and that we should not only take a point of view of closing down national borders as the one solution to fix the migrant crisis, but that we have to counterbalance that by taking into account the 230 billion bill that will come up with that solution. So we have to balance that. We have to make sure that the migrants crisis is solved, but at the point where it started, so at the external borders, and that we don't kill the whole internal market reality in Europe just because of a wrong solution to a real problem to the European Union.